For a Brit retired in the Philippines, understanding about the weather and earthquakes and typhoons here is quite difficult. The youngsters go through school and they go through their local communities and they go through all of these emergency awareness topics at their barangay, and they do emergency drills and they do flood zones, and they turn around and do where to turn around and go if there is an emergency, or there is a wind, or there is water, or there is an earthquake. But for me, we don't get typhoons in the UK. Well, if we do, they're really, really small. So for me to understand about typhoons, it's quite difficult. But I'm posting some bits today after I've had my coffee, yeah, about typhoons.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like
maps and how they work and where they go and why they don't get to Davao. Oh, very, very nice. Typhoons take a certain route through the Philippines. They come out of the Pacific and they touch landfall around Siargao or Leyte and go into Samar and Caramin Sur and Luzon and Quezon and Bantanes, and then they go up through the mountainous region of Baguio, and then out into the Pacific over towards Malaysia. Now, as
tall buildings, as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it is just.
As I said, there's around 26 typhoons a year here, ranging from September, October, November and December. Now, about 4 weeks ago, we had a typhoon called Christina. Starts with a K. So they name typhoons here, or storms here, alphabetically. So if it's K, the next one coming through will be K and L. So the next typhoon that came through about 4 days later was Leon. Now, Christina did a lot of damage, and typhoons always do a lot of damage and a lot of flooding, and they put a lot of strain on the local governments and the local barangays and the local LGUs due to lack of transport, lack of food, lack of electricity, lack of power, lack of repair stuff.
She puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop. As we shout from the top, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again.
Which was about 4 years ago, and devastating. The whole community. It's taken years for those communities to get back to normal, but it happens every year. So people might turn around and say, well, yeah, you can do this, you can do that. You can only put a certain amount of money aside or resources aside to turn around and help. but the budget that you put aside can quite easily be used up in the first 2 or 3 typhoons. Oh, banana and chocolate. There was Tacloban back in 2018-19, and then now we've got Leon. Now we went KLM. There was Marcia, another typhoon that came in around about 14 days ago. Then there was Naga that came through around about 6 days ago. And then today we've got Piccolito P. So within less than a month, there's been 5 typhoons come through the Philippines. Now, the severity of those typhoons depends on the low pressure and how much momentum it builds up in the Pacific before it gets to landfall. Now here, what they tend to do is they put out the bulletins, and they put out these spiral charts saying it's a level 1, level 2, level 3. So Piccolito is a level 2 going to a level 3. For all you aficionados out there that know about typhoons, then 5 is severe. And
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top.
super typhoon, which was Leo or Leon, and that turned round and merged on the back of Christina 4 weeks ago and made it a super typhoon, a 5+, and severe flooding. I'll show you some pictures, and it becomes quite difficult to live for me in those areas.
We're gonna be 2 hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase.
I came down to Davao because less typhoons, like none. Earthquake you have to worry about here, and you have to take into consideration there are earthquake drills when you get into Mals. So yesterday I was at SM Langen, and they were doing an earthquake drill. You know, get people out of the Mal, get them outside, make sure they're actually following the supervisors. But typhoons, they don't do that, because if you're outside, it's the water and the flooding and the winds that do the damage. So you don't want people outside, you want people on the higher ground, so that the water can come in into Mals, into barangays, into towns, and it can dissipate. It doesn't really dissipate that much, it tends just to go up. So if you look at the map and the cyclonic map I put on this vlog, you'll see that it starts small circles and then gets bigger to when it's going to be at its highest impact. What people really would like is that typhoon corridor to go out to sea, and a lot of the times it doesn't. A lot of the times it will hit landfall. So at the moment Piccolito is a 2 to a 3, which means there's going to be high winds, rain, and how much rain, don't know, but that will add to the damage that was done last week and the week before and the week before. So it just keeps compounding. So we're at P. We've got R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y and Z. Got 9 more or 10 more if they count Q on the typhoon list. But we've had around 16, 17 since September, all varying sizes. So in Davao it's typhoon free, so it's dry here, it's warm here. It does get a bit windy and it can turn around and get flooded by heavy rains, but only when it's on the peripheral of a low pressure and it's on the peripheral of a typhoon that's coming into the Philippines. Now north of Mindanao going up towards Siargao, that takes the first hit when the makes landfall, and then it moves into Samar, and then it moves up through Bicol and Naga and Bantanas and Quezon City and Luzon, and those areas including Manila and including Cebu will turn around and pick up substantial flooding, substantial rainfall, substantial winds, and that is what causes the damage. So Davao, it's off that beaten track. I don't know whether Davao's ever had a typhoon or it's actually here, but it has to move in a different trajectory when it's coming from the Pacific. It has to come down and then up, but I think it's following the normal structure of the mountains. High mountains, low pressure, gets blocked in, keeps the typhoon out at bay, out at sea. When it becomes no mountains, the weather front moves its way in, and once it gets into the middle, into the center of the Philippines, got nowhere to go but north up into the mountains, and the mountains will either go left as you get outside Manila or go right. Majority of the time it goes right. But anyway, I'm enjoying the muffin. Very, very dry.
Enjoying